You talk to any of the traditional union members that are men, we've lost them a long time ago. I've witnessed that migration away from the Democratic Party starting back in 2016. We absolutely have a problem in that part of the demographic. So we really have to find a way to bring them back and make better arguments without blaming them or describing they are the problem.
You know what SAM stands for? It's a new phrase. It stands for Speaking with American Men, SAM. This is the new movement by the Democratic Party. They lost the men vote a lot last time, so they had a meeting up at the Ritz-Carlton at Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco.
Bill Maher is now sounding the alarm about something he believes is becoming a serious political problem for the Democratic Party. Young men walking away. According to him, the party is losing male voters at a fast rate, and even people like Bill Maher are warning that this trend could become very dangerous for Democrats. In his show Real Time, Maher has repeatedly raised concerns about this issue, saying that ignoring it could cost them heavily in future elections. And now, he is more frustrated than ever. So hit that subscribe button, because this story gets very intense.
Okay, Senator Fetterman, men are nearly twice as likely as women to be living with their parents in the current financial climate. How do we help young men? Wow, twice as likely.
Whoa. Oh, right now I'm not really running for anything right now, but I'm just saying. But not, what exactly?
Men are. We hear this all the time that young men are in crisis. That women are doing better in college.
Well,
they're doing better.
Without a doubt, though, there's part of the Democratic Party became more and more anti-men, or describing that they were part of the problem, or they have toxic traits.
Critics argue that over the years, the Democratic Party and many of its liberal supporters have pushed messaging that has made many men feel unwelcome or unfairly judged. Many men feel they have been labeled as toxic, mocked, or treated like they are a problem instead of being respected members of society. This idea did not stay only in politics. It also spread into movies, ads, and entertainment. In many films and commercials, fathers and husbands are often shown as clueless or foolish, while mothers or children are shown as smarter and more capable. Over time, this repeated pattern created a feeling among some viewers that men were being unfairly portrayed in a negative way. Critics say this kind of messaging slowly built resentment, and they argue that the Democratic Party did little to stop or challenge it.
That's why there's been such a big migration away from the Democratic Party from young men, and that's really why why we lost in 2024. Now, if you identify anyone as the problem or blame them for some things, then you're going to lose. We forgot that we are in the business of addition, not subtraction.
Maher and other commentators also point to young men becoming disconnected from the Democratic Party. Some politicians, like John Fetterman, have admitted that this is a real issue. Over time, many young men felt that the party no longer spoke to them or understood their struggles. Because of this, they began moving away from traditional politics and toward online communities often called the manosphere, including podcasts and YouTube channels that directly speak to male identity and frustration. Many of these spaces are influenced by right-wing voices, and former President Donald Trump became a major figure in this shift by presenting a strong, confident image that many young men connected with. According to this view, young men did not slowly drift away. They left quickly and in large numbers.
There was a testosterone shift in 2024. I don't think that's a long-term trend. I think it was a very short-term generational shift that we're experiencing within the Democratic Party. Overall, look, I've been a part-time college professor for 33 years. There's something going on with young men in our country. They're reticent. Many of them are holding back, and we need to address that. But at the same time, holding back because sometimes I think they don't know their place anymore, and that's something that men need to decide and discuss.
Supporters of this argument say the issue is not simply about sexism, but about balance and fairness. They agree that women have faced real historical struggles and inequality, but they also argue that men have their own struggles that are often ignored. In the past, many men faced war, dangerous physical labor, and expectations that they should not show emotion or weakness. Today, some young men feel they are unfairly judged or seen as the problem just for being male. Critics say this creates a sense of rejection and frustration. They believe this feeling has led many young men to disconnect politically, especially from the Democratic Party, which they feel does not fully acknowledge their concerns.
But as a woman, for years, decades, centuries, women had to be overconfident just to appear qualified. So I don't want men to think that the reason why young men are suffering is because some woman. No, young men are dealing with what young women had to deal with centuries ago. You'll find your place at the table. Come sit with me sometime. I'll get you some help.
Well, what I'm saying, all of
Trust me, Bill. Bill, let me tell you something. You grew up in a Brazil household. My mom used to say, Cheryl, Sheila, Donna, Tater, Chet, Lisa, Dimitri, Kevin, Zoe, get your asses up.
This has led to a deeper criticism that the Democratic Party has developed a mindset where men are sometimes blamed collectively for social problems. According to critics, this creates a message where men are not always treated as equal participants in society, but instead as part of the problem. Over time, they argue, this tone has been reflected in political messaging and public conversations. Many men began to feel that they were no longer fully represented or respected. As a result, some decided to leave the party politically. Critics say this shift was not sudden, but the result of years of messaging that made many men feel excluded or blamed.
We've lost the vote. You talk to any of the traditional union members that are men, we've lost them a long time ago. I've witnessed that migration away from the Democratic Party starting back in 2016. We absolutely have a problem in that part of the demographic. So we really have to find a way to bring them back and make better arguments without blaming them or describing they are the problem.
The main issue, according to this viewpoint, is that many young men felt the Democratic Party stopped speaking to them in a fair and balanced way. Instead of feeling included, they felt criticized or ignored. At the same time, they saw other political spaces openly welcoming discussions about masculinity and male identity. Because of this contrast, many chose to leave. Supporters of this argument say it was not about men being stolen by another party, but about feeling abandoned by their own. In their view, when a group feels consistently unwelcome, it is natural for them to walk away and look for other political homes.
To your point, I want to get to something very important. How many know what SAM stands for? It's a new phrase. It stands for Speaking with American Men, SAM. This is the new movement by the Democratic Party. They lost the men vote a lot last time, so they had a meeting up at the Ritz-Carlton at Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco. I'm not making this up, where they served mini lobster rolls and had heirloom tomato carpaccio and seared sea bass in their conclave to decide how to win back the American man. Now, look.
It's because we used to have conferences at Harvard to figure out what the working class needs, and so now we're, we're moving west.
You got to own who you are. I get it. These are the mini lobster roll people. But they had this symposium, and we got a hold of what was this is Speaking with American Men. This is a real thing that they're doing.
Now, Democrats are starting to recognize that this is a serious problem. Election results show that they have lost significant support among male voters, and party leaders are now talking about trying to win them back. But critics say this is easier said than done. Simply changing messaging or making small adjustments will not be enough. People who felt ignored for years will not suddenly return because of minor changes or campaign slogans. The party, they argue, must make a real and honest effort to change how it speaks to and includes men. Otherwise, this problem will continue into future elections.
Seminars that they had to try to win back the typical American male, like how to keep your liberal base while putting guns on your Christmas card. That was one that I wanted to. Best protein powder for a clean bulk, another dude conversation starter. Bud Light etiquette, when to drink it, when to shoot it. Fishing, the bizarre hobby working class men enjoy instead of pickleball.
Some attempts to fix the issue have already started, but critics say they often feel like surface-level solutions. Things like photo opportunities in gyms or talking about traditionally masculine topics are seen as attempts to appear relatable rather than real change. According to this view, men did not leave because of lifestyle differences. They left because they felt disrespected or ignored politically. Because of that, small symbolic gestures are not enough to bring them back. Until the party addresses the deeper feeling of disconnection, critics believe nothing will truly change.
The only scene that you're obsessed with in Titanic, hint, it has tits. Bruce Lee versus Bigfoot, mythical fight scenarios to man up your Joe Rogan appearance. Intersectionality and the importance of shutting the fuck up about it.
Looking ahead, the upcoming midterm elections are seen as an important test of whether Democrats can recover male voters. Many observers believe the results will clearly show whether any progress has been made. However, skeptics argue that major change is unlikely in the short term. They believe that rebuilding trust takes time and requires real shifts in attitude, not just campaign strategy. According to this perspective, the key issue is simple. The party must stop treating masculinity as something negative or problematic and start treating men as equal and respected voters. Without that change, they believe the gap will remain.
And, undouching your face, man beards from Ted Cruz to J.D. Vance.
In conclusion, this argument says the Democratic Party's relationship with men has slowly broken down over many years. It was not caused by one event, but by repeated messages and perceptions that many men felt excluded or criticized. Figures like Bill Maher and others have warned about this trend, and election results seem to support the concern. Critics say no quick fix or marketing campaign will solve the problem. Instead, they argue that only a genuine shift in how the party views and speaks about men will make a difference. And with that, the discussion comes to an end.